All right, hey guys. So today what you guys are going to be doing is we are going to be comparing two sets of data and learn how to put that data onto one cohesive graph using two series. And so the data that you guys are seeing on your screen right now was pulled from slide 27 of your workbook. So I went ahead and put it into one spot. So let's go ahead and start making this into a two-line graph. If you guys know how to do this, you guys do not need to watch this video, but this is how I put two lines on a graph. And so that way we can compare them in one area. And then when you are done making this two-line graph, you guys will then go in and answer questions on 28. So you will analyze the graph that you had made. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to highlight my first data set. And then there's two ways to do this. Either I can go insert chart, or a shortcut is just to click the chart button. It's going to automatically give me a scatter chart just because this is not going to form a really nice pretty line, but I do want this to be a line graph. So I come over here to chart type, I scroll down to line, and I click it. So the data range right here is what was given. So this is your first line. I'm going to go ahead and start changing the title of this just because I like to have this clean first. So we're going to go ahead and put data from 1976 population versus data from 1978. Okay, and then down here we can see that we have the 4, 6, the 8, the 10, all of that. We actually want to go ahead and change that. So I double click it and we want to go ahead and change the bottom of it to average beak depth in millimeters. Okay, so one thing that I also want to point out is that the chart that I had made is different than the one that was given to you in the packet. So the packet originally had the number of finches versus the average beak. Here's the thing though, you want on this Y or this X axis, you want this to be your data you're comparing to. So this is going to be the stable one. So understand that we are comparing the average beak depth versus the number of finches that are going to be here. So I actually had to switch these columns. So that's kind of a tricky thing, is trying to figure out what your X and Y axis is. If I had switched them, my chart would look something like this. It would look like it would go long and then it would come back short. So that's something to think about when you're doing your FRQ data at any time. You want it to be a cohesive where the peak is towards the top, not moving left or right. All right, moving on. So I double click this, and what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go down and I want to customize this, and I want to go to okay, so I want to go, this gives me the customization for what's already on here. I actually want to go to setup, and you're going to see under line chart, you're going to see the data range. Okay, I'm going to click this 4 square box here, and I want to add another range. And so my other range, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and click and drag this series here. I'm going to hit OK. And when I do so, okay, so I said the other data range, but I don't see a line yet. I need to add the series to the chart. So I'm going to add the series, and the series starts at B9 to B14. And now I have totally added the second line. Okay, so what that has done is giving you a nice, neat graph for you guys to now use for your analysis on slide 28. So I know that sometimes when you guys formatted the PowerPoint into Google Slides, it might have changed the slide number, but you want to find the one that on my page 27 that talks about the Galapagos Islands, talking about the drought, and on the next slide it's going to have the analysis questions. That is questions 1 through 5. So what you guys are going to do for your assignment today, you guys are going to go ahead and make this graph, copy it, paste it to a new Google Sheet, and you guys are going to submit that along with answering questions 1 through 5 on slide 28, and then you make sure you hit mark as done. Thanks, guys.